Hello guys, this is Lucy at Hat Green's Secret Nuclear Bunker, and today I'm going to tell you about these film reels that we found while we were tidying out our Royal Observatory room. Here they all are, and I've not had a chance to look through them properly, so I thought we could discover them together. So here's all the piles, and bit by bit I'm just going to go through them and show them to you. Here's the warden and the householder. As you can see from the label, they're all in mixed condition from handling them a bit, and I'm trying to handle them gently. That's what's on the inside of the tins. So, yeah, as I said, some of them are a bit banged up. This is first aid for soldiers, and that looks like it's 2nd of the 4th, 65, something along those lines. So this one I had to rejoin the label because it's, as you can see, it's completely come off. And there you can see it was sent to what I would say was the CD Civil Defence Officer at Walsall. So it's not come too far to us. And here's the label, as requested in your letter dated 4th of 5th, 84 April storm. It is much in demand. So that's come from Safety Division in London. Shows you what it was a bit like in 1984. And there's Major Disaster. This one's from the University of Nottingham. So I would say that most of these are going to be civil defence and nuclear defence films. This one is interesting because it's come from America. So this is a lady called Camille. As you can see, it's from the National Archives in the US. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't expect to find American films in here. And here we have another one of the Brent Laboratories from Cricklewood in London. This is light rescue and the use of rescue party equipment. As you can see, most of them are 16mm black and white. So that's our pile number 1. On to pile number 2. So we're hoping to be able to show these to you guys at some point. At the moment we're just looking through. Oh, now that is a find. Polaris Weapons System Development, 1959. As you can see, this one's come actually from the Lockheed Aircraft Corporation, who developed the Polaris system. It's got these pretty cool little missiles on here. That is a bit of a find. And that one's also colour and sound. There can't be many of those about. Certainly not knocking about in the UK. So this is Fallout Protection, 1977 revised. And it's from the Post Office Telecommunications. I like the fact it's printed restricted. And that's what it looks like on the inside. So the Post Office, or earlier the GPO, were in charge of a lot of telecommunications and whatnot. Now what is this? Absolute mystery. How do I get into it? Oh, there you go. Aha, there's the label. That's handy. And Radioactive Fallout Part 2, Fallout in the Damaged Area. Another one of the Brent ones. And I like the fact it's got no copy number, so it's probably not sent out. Now this, what is in here? As you can see, the outside condition was a little bit gnarly. And this was definitely a bit rusted, so I wanted to be extra careful when opening it. So it was surprisingly easy to open. There you go. Oh, a bit rusted, but no, it's okay. Right, what does this say? It's a bit dusty. Disaster on Main Street, and as you can see it's a CD film, so civil defence film, as I guessed. Oh, and a little letter inside or something. That's from the Central Electricity Authority, so Civil Defence Section 1955. That's nice to have the date. Thanks, Mr. Brend, or Mrs. Brend. And there's the film. Aha, from the National Film Board of Canada. Wasn't expecting that. Disaster on Main Street again, English black and white, new stock. So we've now got British, there it is inside, American and Canadian films. There you go, Disaster on Main Street again. It'd be interesting to see how the content is different between sort of US and Canadian films and the British ones. And another interesting coincidence is that one of our commanding officers was actually Canadian. I'm not saying that it's his film, I'm just saying that's an interesting coincidence. And this one is Fallout Protection. Sadly, it's worn, will not run, so we won't be showing that one. And as I said earlier, a lot of these were from GPO, General Post Office. At least certainly distributed. And this was really, really, really tough to get into. Oh, we'll get there eventually. Aha, there you go. As you can see, the film reel inside is in pretty good nick. So hopefully we'll be able to show them, and that's what the inside of the tin looks like. As you can see, it's all marked up in case you're interested. So you'll have to let me know, guys, if you would like us to screen these. Obviously if it's safe to do so, because sometimes old film can be a bit flammable, and I did find a projector next to these, so who knows what we might be able to do in the future. So this one is Emergency Plan in Action office copy from the Safety Division in London. So it's pretty cool. There it is on the inside. Yeah, I had a real struggle trying to get that back in the box. Here we are again, a lady called Camille. So she's obviously very popular. And another one that's from America, as you can see. And there's quite a nice mark. Alas, it says "do not to be used," so maybe it's a damaged one, and that's why we've got two copies. I'm not entirely sure where all of these came from. Aha! That was the one thing I was hoping to find. An original of Hole in the Ground. If you have not seen it, you seriously have to. It is probably one of my favourite sort of nuclear defence, civil defence type films. We used to screen it here when we used to have a second cinema, which is now one of the Russian rooms. And we will definitely be screening it again. I'm pretty sure that you can see it in full in Kelvedon Hatch. I saw it last time I was there. It really is an excellent watch in terms of seeing how UK warning and monitoring operations works. Here we have Home Office Operation Exodus. I bet that's interesting. But alas, there's a defect on the film, so we probably won't be watching that. And I thought it was kind of interesting that it said US, so maybe it's another US one? I doubt it, because it's Home Office, but maybe it's related. You never know. And the last pile, I'm afraid. Here's one little reel that was on its own. Didn't have a box. Polaris firing sequence. That's pretty cool. I'd like to see that. I think that says colour. And that's a little bit of what the reel looks like. So you can see what it looks like. And here we have The Guardian of Your Life. That sounds very interesting. Printed on 60mm again. That says the same. And what's inside? Probably a film. Yep, there you go. And it says Guardian of Your Life again. As you can see, some of these, the film is a little warped. So we'd have to get them cared for and restored. Some of them seem okay. This one's obviously never been opened and sealed. There you go. Film cut back due to damage. As soon as the white leader ends, you are into the main film. Useful to know. And this one is owned by the National Fire Protection Association, and it went to North York's Fire Brigade. BLELVE. And there you go. It's from America again. Fancy that. Hence the airmail. And then I would say the BIEV thing is the same again. Look, BLG. And there's a sticker from when it was airmail, when it was posted. It's the customs declaration. So that's kind of interesting. And that obviously goes with that was on the front. So there you go. I didn't really want to open that one because I thought it looks pretty sealed up. Best leave that as it is. Another one of these awkward latches. Industrial Civil Defence film. As you can see, it came from Ipswich. Got a mark for Ipswich, which is quite interesting. And he went to the Electricity Council in London. And there's a stamp. I thought you might like to see that. Now, I have no idea, but Bordsey Radar's at Ipswich area, so maybe something to do with them? Probably not. I don't think they have anything to do with the Industrial Civil Defence. But if you haven't been, you really have to go and see Bordsey Radar. Their museum is great. And I always say Bordsey should be as well known as Bletchley because it is the centre of the development of radar, which is an international heritage, not just a national heritage. And there you have Industrial Civil Defence, a different sticker, but alas, it's slightly worn, as you can see. Well, slightly. I think the tape's been at it. But there's the reel on the inside, still looks okay. Bit crunchy around the edges, alas. That's what the inside of the box looks like, in case you're interested. If you can hear any slightly weird noises in the background, that would be my dog. I'm trying to convince him to not snore underneath the desk, which is what he's currently up to. And this is this Gloucester stretcher, Ladder in Industry. It looks like it says a US on it, but then that's definitely German writing. And again, German, so it'd be interesting to see what journey this has been on. And as you can see, it used to have a sticker there at one point. And nothing on the back. So it was in pretty gnarly condition, as you can see. So you can open it at the end, which is still pretty okay. And there's the film reel, but it did not want to come out. And it is not in the best of condition. So there you go, you can see it, but I don't want to force it or mess about with it, so I'll put that back there. And here's our last one. As you can see, it was sent to Wallasey in Cheshire, so yeah, definitely not far from us. There you go, air raid sheltered trailer films and what looks like Malicious Rage to me. That well-known film, Malicious Rage. Again, this one, as you can see, is all rusty. And I tried to see if it was going to have any give in it, but it's pretty much not going anywhere. So I think that one's going to be a no. I don't want to, as I said, damage anything. So that's that. So that's our film reels. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Last week's item was our VLF transmitter, which transmitted the launch codes to sync the Belgrano. And instead of a picture, this time I wanted to ask you a question. What is your favourite bunker? Be it ones that are open to the public or ones that you went to see undercover with groups such as Subbrit. Let me know, and I will see you guys next week.